Good morning, guys. Lily Ray's the Hoboken Art Girl. Today we are going to craft and put together, I guess I want to call them collage, or when you're scrapbooking and you just put certain pieces together. And I do this randomly. I don't have any kind of rhyme or reason. It's just when I work, it's whatever looks good to my eye is how I put things together. So the other day, and there is a video coming up on this, I stamped all of these and just use a vintage photo on it, one of these little square things, and I did the blue as well, and then I also put the sticky back on these. And when you're going to put them down, just you could just run the tape runner again on it. So that one says make a wish, and I keep that like that. So this is just one example. So I'm going to set this aside. Now in here I have many things which I'm not going to take out. I have some washi tape here, butterflies, things that I haven't opened yet, but things that you can use photo corners with, which I showed the other day in another video. I make my own photo corners, but I also had gone to Hobby Lobby, and they sell the photo corners in black and in white. And I'm going to show you how to use these and then create your own photo backing with print, without print. So I'll show you a couple of ideas on that. Her I did yesterday. I completed her. I think she came out really nice. This was just me trying to do a loose watercolor picture, but this paper is not, although it's heavy, it's not, in my opinion, made for watercolor. This is who makes the paper. She makes the paper. Marlene's, it says Marlene's World Studio Light. I love her line, but trying to use metallic watercolors on this, for me, it was difficult. I really had to play with this. So I have a whole bunch that I have there that I'm going to be using, not today, but I wanted to show you that. We're going to use this crafter's tape. These little girls I got at the dollar store, and all you have to do is pluck them out, and they have adhesive in the back. And then I found these scraps that we can use to create a photo card, if you will. Like this could go into any journal or into your planner. Right now I'm using a planner this year, and I want to create some items that I can use for my planner, but I'm not sure of the colors. So today we're just going to be making things randomly, so that's what we're going to do. All right, so let's see. Oh, and I wanted to show you also, I have this Letters from Home, which is, I bought this, oh my God, on clearance, DCVW, Die Cuts with a View, and it has tons of stamps. I don't think you could pick this up anymore, but I've had it for a couple of years. I love this, and they're intact because I don't want to use them. But we'll make something close to it. And this is the pink. I love this paper line, and it comes with stencils. Oh, here's another one that we could use. And it comes with stencils. Postcards. So, you know, sometimes we think our ideas are original, but this goes back to the 1800s. Another stencil. Here are some cards that you can use to make pockets. 2 more stencils. And this is for you to be able to use as a stencil or rip it up and put it onto paper. I hope you could see that. Let's show them in camera view. The postcards, I love, love, love the postcards. And then there's a ruler. This, is this, I think this paper is from another collection. I'm not quite sure, but I'm almost positive it's from another collection. I saved all my tidbits because I could make something with it. Look at this, isn't this pretty? You have more cuts here. I guess it's from this book then, yeah, that we could use instead of cutting anything else up in here. Look how beautiful that is. I just love this color. Okay, some more of the same. I like this idea. And then we have some here. Take this one out. I think that's it. Okay. And again, this is an old collection. I've had this for several years. All right. Let's put that back there. And I have a piece of book page. I wasn't sure if I wanted to use a lot of book page. All right, so let's start. I really love this, right? So let's start with this one. I don't know if I'm going to be using any kind of glue, but just in case, let me put my Fisker's mat down so that I don't ruin my surface. Okay, and my Tim Holtz scissors. Okay, first, and again, if you have a printer, you can use these. Like this is one example. I'm not going to cut this. I'm just going to add photo corners to it. You could use this and then just make copies of it, and then you'll have it. You just need to do one. Actually, let me put on my print and see if this is. To cover this because for taking the actual photo, I need to face it down, but I don't want these to lift. So let me just do something here. So I can hold that there, and then I could still use it. It's not gonna move. And you can also color these. If you have a computer, you could scan these, make several copies of them, and then print it out on a whole sheet. I'm using black because I may use this in my planner. What's wrong with this tape? This is new. Okay. Okay, now look how beautiful that looks. And we just added corners. Okay, now I thought I had black soot and I can't find my black soot. Oh boy, so I'm going to put you on pause and I'll be right back. I'm going to use this archival ink since I can't find my black soot, and it's just very little. You just want to bring out the edges. You could also put this on a pocket or a tuck. And as you can see, I'm only doing the edges. See how much better that looks in my eyes? So, because I don't have my computer in front of me, I'll just make a copy of this to show you. All right, I decided to put a backing on this so it doesn't stick anywhere, and then I could just use the tape because this way I could make my copy and it won't ruin my glass. So let me go ahead and add the black archival ink to this. And again, oh, you know, I don't even have my lights on. That's how I craft. I just go. Okay. Sorry. See, put the black soot on there. It's not black soot, it's archival ink. I craft and I always work intuitively. Okay, so let's put that one there. Now, I'm gonna leave them square instead of rounding them. So, also, if you're going to, you can create a collage, what do I want to say, a cluster, that's what. A cluster with a butterfly, dream big, like this. Make sure you can see that. Dream big like that. And then you could put it on your printer. So let me go ahead and do these edges. And then I'm going to use this. I miss crafting, even though I love drawing. But okay, so you can do this one here, and maybe do this one here. You could still read it. So I'm going to use this little tape thing to see if it's working. It's just, it's new. All right, so I'm going to put it here. Dream big. If you wanted to, you can put a little foam, this type of foam, to give it some dimension. But in this case, because we're going to be using this in a planner, I want it to be a bit flat. So, or maybe we can just separate these. How about that? Making sure that the wing is inside. And there we go. Now I'm gonna pause so that I could make a copy of this. Okay, so here's what I did with my printer. I laid it down. First of all, you have to know how your printer is going to pull the paper, whether it pulls it from here or from here. And you can actually tell your printer how you want it to print. So I only had the one. So I put this through 3 times, and I faced it down on the glass, and then I just measured, put this one down, measured again, and then put this one down. So now I have 3. If you had a computer, you could just duplicate these and then just have it print. But this is just another way that I wanted to show you. If you don't have a computer, you can certainly use your printer. So now we have 4 of these. Okay, so that's just an example that I wanted to do today. Okay, so that's the first one. So let's, let me just set this aside. And actually, there. Let me see if I can put a little cluster together using the white ones. And the white ones, again, you can do the same method. You could color these to coordinate with your paper, and then you can do the same. Copy it, or put it into, scan it and put it into your computer. It's that simple. Maybe I'll use this one. I love these vintage items. And let me tell you, I don't know if I told you where they're from. Simple Stories, Vintage Garden, from scrapbook.com. You got 59 pieces in here. And I also bought the words to go with it. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? All right, so let's do another cluster. Here's another stamp. This stamp, I think, came with this collection, I think. Here's a library card. I love these. but you could absolutely just remake these. Maybe I should show you how to remake this. It's so pretty. Because I have the stamp. All right, maybe let's do that. So here's a stamp. And I'm going to use this is from my this collection. I forget the name of it. I have this stamp as well. Let me just think a second. All right, let me get the stamp and I'll be right back. All right, so I found my stamp here. It's called From Paris with Love, Postcards. Jennifer Ellony, E-L-L-O-N-Y. Some of these stamps, because they're very old, sometimes they won't work, but you can just use a nail file and scuff them up a little bit. We'll see what happens here. So I want to use this stamp. Okay, so here's my block. Actually, maybe line it up here this way. Now we're going to use this card because, as I said, I saved most of my scraps, and I was using an embossing folder as well as a die cut, and so I just threw it in there since I really didn't know what I was going to do with it. Let's take these out of the way. And just set this in here. So this is what we're going to use. All right, so instead of using the black ink, I'm going to use the Stays On, because we're going to try and get it like this. I also need a print like this. Doesn't have to be the same, it could be similar. So, do we have anything? Oh boy, my little cat is meowing. Yes, baby. What's going on? Just give me a minute. All right, so I found this other stamp that I have. It says Handmade with Love. It's black ink, but I'm going to see if I could use the brown. I decided that instead of using this, because this is supposed to be a postcard, we'll go ahead and try and do it. Not exact, because the lettering is going to be different. The stamp is going to be different. So I will, however, round the corners. And then I'm going to stamp this. Let's see which way this goes. So it actually goes like this. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and see what happens. I haven't used a stamp in ages. I can't get over top, so I'm just going to do it as best I can. Leave it there for a few minutes. Sometimes I rock it back and forth. On the stamp it says postcard. Hope it doesn't smudge. Okay, that's good enough. And then this says Handmade with Love, so I know it has the black ink, but this is what I'm gonna do. See if I get a little wipey. if of course you wanted to send out a postcard like this, you could do the actual address. Okay, so now I'm going to stamp it and see what happens. And hopefully I did it right side up. I didn't even check. Oh boy, I'll tell you. How did I know? So if you want it right side up, it has to be facing you. Okay? Let's try that again. Okay? And then we're going to do the stamp again. Nobody's going to be the wiser. Okay. Cover that up so it doesn't dry. As well as that. I always clean my stamp with my with my wipey, and then I always put my items back so that I don't lose them, because they're so clear they could get lost. Okay. If you wanted to embellish this card, you could use these flowers, but we're gonna go with the way it is there. Okay. So now we can do a return address. And I have this pencil that is that color. And then we're just gonna put here, just as we see it there. This is D. R. And we're going to say and we can use any address. We can do 6.5 East 9th Street, and that is New York. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll put New York. New York. Oh, that's my stomach. And we'll just put any zip code here. 03011. All right. Now, we do have a brown one, which would have been nice to use. Brown. You know what? I'm going to use a. All right, I have one of my town balls, which I always forget I have. much better. Okay, now this is a rustic hinge. Let me see if this is going to be too orangey. I'll do this one first and then the second one. Do this on the edge. Do enough that you could see it over top. Just like that. And then I'm going to use the antique linen. These are so old, I don't even know if they're going to work. And you're going to do it over top to give it that yellowish vibe. And again, when you create one, and then just make copies. Scan it onto your computer, and then you could just make copies and use it over and over again. If you want to see more videos like this, making items, then let me know in the comments below. Alright, so I'm going to take, I do have postage stamps. Let me see if I could grab it. Okay, here's another item that I'm hoarding because I love them so much. These are stamps for scrapbooking. I found them on Amazon. So before I set this down, actually let me set it down and then I'll go over it again. So even though this one's here, I'm going to bring this one down just a little bit. I want to cover up the address. Just like that. And then we're going to take this antique linen and just go over it. Make it a part of that. I'll just cut this little piece off. Okay, and there you have your card. Now for the back, had I not done this, I would just put a line on the center, and then you could use it to mail out, or you could use it on your scrapbooking. All right, so that's another card that we have there. All right, what's next? So I'm just gonna throw this in my bin of things to use. I think I want to do something with her. These are for my planner. This is little hearts that we can certainly use here. Making sure it's not upside down. I'm gonna do it, should I do it red? Or maybe pink. Let me see if I have my pink. Alright, I have Victorian velvet. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna stamp it right on there. They're going to be very faint. I think my little cube is dry, so I have to replenish it. Let's try it. Oh, that's good. Doesn't need to be darker because it's supposed to be vintage. Perfect. All right. So that's that. And then well, let me put this back. Okay, put that there. Now, let's see. I could use actually, I don't want to use any of this. I want to use the scraps because that's what we said we would do. So we can use this and create a cluster with this. So I'm going to start building on this. I hate these white edges. Much better. Okay, so I'm going to use that. I'm going to use my stapler and my tape. So this one, I'm going to use a tape. And I guess I'll use the tape on this too. She is inside, and there's a little border. Just like that. And then, reaching for that. This has flowers. Oh, it also has postage. So, we're going to use, this is an inch circle, and I'm going to take and cut this out. Okay, that one doesn't reach. That one kind of reaches, so what you can do is just like this, so that nothing goes to waste. Make sure you at least get the words. That says 1923. Here's another little one. Eiffel Tower. Same thing with this one. And again, these are just ideas that I'm trying to provide so that you don't have to buy things that you can do without. these you can certainly cut out. I'm going to leave that there so I can cut them out later on. Okay, now you want to make this look worn. Let's do half the. And look, now you have 5 stamps. And I'm going to take the brown. I think this one's a little darker. Yeah, it is. Look how beautiful that looks. It's just a matter of taking your items out and playing with them. Again, if you like these type of videos, creating ephemera, let me know. And I will certainly bring them to you. And now you can put these away, and when you need them, you have them. Oh, there you go. Okay. Now we have these. So I'm going to use just one of them. This one's going to say Paris, and this one, I'll use this one. And we'll save those 3. Okay, the other thing that you can do to help with the vintagey look, this is a Tim Holtz distresser. You can just gently do the corners. You know how something is old and weathered. And then take your dauber. And that looks pretty worn. Stop it. Okay, there we have 2. Now, this one's a bit different, so we can go ahead and use, this has print, so maybe we'll just use this. Go ahead and do something like this. Oh, excuse my husband if you could hear that. Okay, so we're gonna cut this right there. I'm gonna do the same thing. And again, just distress. If you wanted to tear this, you could tear this as well. Okay. Where am I? Oh, here. says 1923. Paris. Paris. Let me cluster them together like that. Okay, and so now I'm gonna make it the same size as this card, somewhat. I do have my Victorian scissors. Let's see if this is gonna cut. These are my Victorian scissors. And so let's see. These scissors never go out of style. Okay. Actually, you can cut it on an angle, right? Because it's for your book. And there we have it. And then the last step that you're going to do is I'm going to take, I'm going to use this distress gathered twigs, and I'm going to go all the way around. Actually, hold on. From here, I'll just if you want to do the whole card, you can. And there you have it. Just from scraps. All right, guys. Well, we created 3 items. If you want to see, as I said before, if you want to see more items like this, let me just put this down so you could see them. What was the other one that we created? Oh boy. I don't know where I put it. Did we just do these 2? Oh my god, my mind is just like not good. Oh, this one. This one. This is what we made. All right, so if you want, actually you don't need this, the green one there. If you want to, for me to create items like this, for you to use in your journals, your junk journals, your planners, let me know down below and I will gladly squeeze this into my weekly work. Right now I post on Wednesdays and Sundays, and so if this is something that will interest you, then I could, do these like on a Friday, Thursday or Friday. All right, you let me know. And of course we did these, and they look authentic. All right guys, have a good day, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Take care.